Hi everyone, welcome to Riding Tiger with Rijit once again, and this edition is dedicated to the startup community. As you know, when I talk about entrepreneurship, I say that it's all about riding a tiger. And when you ride a tiger, definitely it's a risk factor. One of the biggest risk factor is when it is grown fully and you are on the top of it, you can't stop because the tiger will eat you. And the way you can manage it is by feeding meat to it, and that meat is money. So I met Shubham long back in a university which is based in Burla in nearby Orissa. It's a kind of border area of hills with mountains, with a beautiful lake, and definitely a lot of nature. And this fellow wanted to create something meaningful for the society and for the community, created a team with his co-founder Partha, and definitely they are doing a little bit of disruption, as I can understand from his startup that they are doing. So welcome to Riding Tiger, both of you guys. Just for the sake of audience and sake of understanding what you do, if you can just soft introduce yourself, your age, your degrees, and what you're doing at the moment. Starting with you, Shubham.
Hello, I am Shubham Acharya. I am the director of startup FXUB Technologies Private Limited. We started around 2.3 years back when we are in university. Presently, we graduated this year, 2022, from mechanical engineering, we both. And we are continuing with our startup, and our startup is, we registered I think 1 year and 3 months back. We registered our startup, but we were working when we were in our second year of university. From there, we started with a small lab at 2,000 rupees.
What do you do?
Yeah. Okay. We actually now into manufacturing of unmanned aerial vehicle airframes, as well as we are manufacturing drones for firefighting as well as disaster management. We are into a space where we manufacture a missile, life-saving missile, where the missile can be launched from a height of 100 meters from our UAV and reach the point of fire and blast at that point and extinguish the fire. Mm-hmm. That is was a very futuristic idea when you think of this, but we are making it possible. We are in our R&D and we are about to complete it within the next 15 days. We are doing our first trial in next 3-4 days.
Super. What about you?
I'm Partha and I'm from the same university. I'm 24 right now. So yeah, journey is basically the same, and currently I'm leading the missile development, and it's been a roller coaster for me.
Man, out of the blue, how you guys are thinking about a missile and why missile?
One thing is that how we started this is that we, as you said, Burla has filled with hills, So there was a forest fire in the beginning of our second year, and what we thought that we were just waiting to see how things are going. That's the first forest fire that we experienced, and after some time, the fire brigade arrived, but it was too late. As in, by the time it arrived, the fire had already spread too much. And forest fires are spread very fast. And if you are trying to mitigate the situation as a firefighter, you can't stay there for too long.
True.
So we noticed that there is a response time gap. We thought how we could reduce this. Mm-hmm. So we thought that the best way to reduce the response time is by firing a missile. UAV, mm-hmm. Right? So when the UAV reaches, then how is it gonna extinguish? So for that, we thought of several things, but we thought that since I was already working with the missile, that's the idea that clicked in my brain first. So we thought that if we can extinguish the fire from at a distance, that will be easier for us. We can mitigate it to some extent, at least before the fire runs out.
So that was the intention. So what happened after that when you had that intention? You applied somewhere, you got some grants. What is the story?
So we applied in STPI Chunauti 1.0. We won that. After that, we got a stipend for 6 months. 3 of our members got 10,000 each for 3 months, 5 months, sorry. Mm-hmm. And we used that money. After that, we got an opportunity of 25 lakhs of pre-seed, where we thought of giving a 10% at 2.5 crore post money. So we went for it because we thought, as we were in a missile launching tech and manufacturing of airframes, which no one is presently doing. So we thought using those money for R&D to sharpen our skill set will be better for us. And after this money will be utilized, we can enter a market where no one is there, and we can be the OEM for other drone startups. so we can be the backbone of other drone startup. Neither we will be competing with them. Other than that, we will be having a huge market.
Super. So both of you guys, what is your focus at the moment? What do you want?
Presently, we are looking for more grants and funding because we have completed our R&D. We have some of the models. We have completely designed, manufactured in our own lab. Presently, we have shifted to Cuttack as we graduated this year. But our main focus is right now to get more clients. We are now approaching all the drone startups that we can manufacture it for them. We discussed 2-3 startups. They're very keen because they are telling that we are purchasing from China and we can connect you. We have our design, but we don't have the experience, or don't have the skill set to manufacture that design. We can give you the design. Can you manufacture? We told that yes, we are doing the same thing. We are waiting for you. So let's see how many more are waiting for us and how many more we can connect and fulfill their needs.
So it's more about building the young India with the young minds. If you look at both of these vibrating 24 years old young chaps, they are in today's world are not talking about getting a job. They are now creating job and they are full-fledged into the R&D sector. It's not that easy to start a startup with pure research and development, that too into a complete vertical which is still developing in our country. And they are talking about let's explore the opportunity and connect Make in India concept, create our own manufacturing units for drones, UAVs, and definitely much more accessories. I'm sure that is there in their brain. The message goes towards the young generation. In today's time, if you are graduating, whether you're an engineer or probably a graduate from a normal traditional college, it's not necessary that you have to go for a 9-to-5 job. But this risk-taking capability is not that easy. Let me tell you a very simple, small story, my interaction with this young chap. Initially, he approached me to come down to their university, and he had no wildest clue that I'll be saying yes. So I was traveling some part some part in India probably, that time I don't remember. But when I landed back, I said yes to him, and he was like, okay, so this guy is going to come, and they don't have wildest clue that how I'm gonna come. So what I did, I took a train. It was a complete hectic journey, but when I approached by these guys, I felt that the passion is there to do something inside the university campus. Instead of saying that for the sake of event, let me do some event. This fellow never did that. And that was the connecting point, and I knew that this guy is going to do something cool in their life. I really don't know personally this gentleman with a blue sweatshirt, I can say, in a pink shirt, who is humble enough to come and meet me. But what I can see, if we look at the business model, if we look at the structure, the reason they are looking for more funds and grants, because they want to create a full-fledged product, not a prototype, which can help more and more other startups to build the ecosystem. So today's generation is not talking about let me build an empire, let us create an empire. That's the message that is going on. So coming back to both of you guys, if you are looking for creating an ecosystem, if you are looking for making a structure for the new India as a model, what is your future vision?
Our future vision is that we need to set up more manufacturing units in all over India. Means someone enters the market of drone, they want to manufacture something, they will come to us. It's like IKEA, they will show that this is a bed, this is a table. They will come to our manufacturing center where they will experience how we are manufacturing the molds, how we are manufacturing the airframes and the fuselage, and they will get the confidence that my model can be built here, and they will give a huge.
Shubham and Partha, how complicated is it to create such kind of business model? Forget about your manufacturing. I know how complicated it is. But how complicated it is to create such kind of business model which you are generating?
Actually, see, there are several key stakeholders involved. If you're just talking about creating a drone as a complete product, when you're selling it to someone, they don't want just the vehicle. They
Right.
want the associated software,
Right.
and right now also you need a license
Right.
to operate the drone
Right.
and all that. So you need to have the proper infrastructure in place, training and software and everything. And India is currently picking up. The drone industry is booming right now. And we have the associated industries, for example, we have battery industries, lithium ion.
Yep.
So lithium ion cells were being imported from China, but a few startups we know that they're trying to manufacture it in India. So when they do that, then we'll have a user advantage. So that is one thing.
Talking about this lithium-ion battery, sorry to take this clue from you. There is a company based out of Australia who wanted to expand in India, wanted to set up their full-fledged structure over here. If you remember, Shubham, long back I gave you a call that there is a Australian company wanted to enter in India, and if you have some people who can give maybe a land to create that infrastructure, and we have been thinking about Bhubaneswar. The only reason is you can probably drive within next 50 miles, so that your port is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
The more important part is the port, so that you can do the business. When you do the manufacturing, you need that kind of transportation, right? So there are opportunities which is coming in India. It's an interesting model that we are working with. So for all the audience, we run a accelerator and a syndicate of angels as well as a fund. So we started in Australia, then eventually grown into a couple of other countries, and definitely as a model, as a structure, we scale up companies, and through that we know lot many things which is happening, which is probably I'm not sharing in a podcast, but people like them, I feel need a handshaking of yours. You can be probably a stable company, you can be probably a startup, you can be a very common person. There is a concept that runs across the world, which is crowdfunding. It's not that popular in India, but if you feel that you want to build India for the future generation, any kind of support, moral or probably monetary support, can boost up the spine strength of this generation. A quick question to both of you. When we are talking about your future vision, your structure, in 3 points, what is your key need?
Our key need is we need to expand presently in other states. So first of all, hand holding or collaboration for some incubation is very needed for that to expand in other states. Secondly, we are as more into manufacturing, we want to appeal in a very easy way where we can approach all the drone startup with a confident that yes, we are manufacturing, kindly connect us. So we need that kind of connection where we can get connected to all kind of drone startups. And thirdly, we are really need some grants or funding.
So that you can continue. What happens, Partha, if you don't get this grant? How will you continue?
If we don't get the grant, then we'll have to look for other options. One is that we can look for some competitions through which we can win some funds, or one option that we are considering is debt.
Okay.
That is one.
So for date, you need definitely a revenue structure. Do you have that?
Currently, we can start off with some. Right, we have a few projects, government that we're working on, and if we click that, then we think that some investors might be. Once we get the order, of course. Once we get the order, we'll have investors ready to invest, and then we can at least generate some stream of revenue. So that is one. And another thing is that India has a huge boom in mapping industry.
Right.
So there are several startups who are into drone mapping for either industrial purpose or photography, let's say. So
Not only that, if you look at Israel as a model, they're using drone to just, massive amount of work that they're doing, right? So India is far behind. If I may compare.
Israel has greatly invested in its defense industries,
Right.
and we're not
Not
dealing
only
with
defense, in agriculture, in everywhere, they are using it.
obviously, yeah. And Israel, Turkey, I think
Right.
Turkey is also doing
Right.
well. So one thing is that, like you said before, drones are being imported from China.
Right.
The alternative market is Europe or US.
Right.
So currently, we're done with R&D, and we're ready to manufacture quadcopters for the purpose of mapping.
Well, the alternative market is not
But,
actually Europe.
Right.
South Korea is coming in a
In
very
the-
different way in the drone industry. I'm a huge fan of their technology because it's so perfect you can't imagine, and these guys are very good guys. I'll be shifting a little bit from this question. It is becoming, yeah, please.
Just right. Before I said that quadcopters are great for manufacturing. I'm sorry, mapping. Right. But I think actually several drone companies are using fixed wings because quadcopters can't, they don't have long endurance. They spend a lot of power just hovering. When you go for mapping, then you need fixed wings.
Right.
Fixed wings are VTOLs.
Right.
So yeah, we're into that. So if any drone startup needs fixed wings and VTOLs in India, then of course outside India as well. So yeah, we can cater to that.
Super. A quick input to both of you. I've got a portfolio company. They are into hovercraft mobile case cover. It's an intelligent system run by a patented technology wherein through voice command, your mobile can hover, it can follow you, it can understand you, and it can connect you any given point of time. Think of a situation where the physically differently abled people can use it using a voice command. They don't need to hold or they don't need to ask someone to help them. The intelligent system itself, powered by AI, can help it. It's a US-based startup. Would love to probably connect you guys, both of you probably can explore some opportunity to do something cool together. It's number one. Let me shift a little bit.
Yes.
We have been talking all about money, funding, business. Do you have a girlfriend, Partha?
No.
You? Come on, man. Young guys, 24 years old, don't have a girlfriend. Look at the situation in India.
We don't smoke and drink also.
They don't smoke and drink also. Okay, so it's more like building a company first, then probably they want to enjoy life. The reason I asked this silly question, that's the life of probably a lot of entrepreneurs who is not enjoying their life. They're dedicating their life to build something. That's the passion these two young chaps have. So when you try to understand one entrepreneur from the common man's perspective, we always feel that these guys are making money. Before they make money, there are a lot of things which they have sacrificed. So kindly do support these people instead of just watching a TV show and think that fundraising activities is the only thing in entrepreneurship. No, it's just one activity that these guys are going through. When you are going for innovation, when you are going for a model structure, when the passion drives in, this is about 10 o'clock, they are meeting me in my hotel itself. You need to understand the kind of passion that they have. After visiting and probably taking a stall in a conference with a full day activity, they want to meet and visit so that they can have an interaction and a little bit of guidance how to grow their company. That's how entrepreneurs work. It's a full-time activity. There is no concept of side business when you are an entrepreneur. It's the passion that drives you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your inputs. I wish that after watching this, a couple of people will probably communicate with you. Personally, I'll be connecting you with maybe some of the different people who are more qualified than me to understand how they can help you, right? But yes, keep riding your tiger, guys. I'm meeting you for the first time. I really loved your smile and the way you are blushing when I asked that whether you have a girlfriend or not. But yes, keep loving them, keep blessing them. That's what they need. Thank you so much for watching.